Hello, people of the Scottish Pagan Federation. Welcome to our living room. This isn't really the gig we wanted to do for you. We wanted to be with you in person, where you could buy us.
We wanted a trip to Edinburgh so we could go shopping.
I was going to say where we could get you to buy us drinks, but we have to provide our own drinks this evening. I have to admit as well, we're not professionals at this. We're not habitual vloggers. We have a set of kit made up out of bits and pieces, an old SLR camera, a vocal microphone. We're hoping it all comes together and you can hear us and see us reasonably well, or possibly not see us too well. That's usually an advantage, not to see me very well. Anyway, we're going to start off with the title track of our new album, product placement. Here it is. I could have spliced this in subliminally, but I don't know how. So buy it if you like the music. If you don't like the music, buy it anyway, because it keeps us alive and fed. So this is the title track, Fish or Fowl. It's sort of shamanic-y song about stuff. I don't know how to introduce it other than that, really. Anyway, after you.
I went down to the water's edge, there put on my coat of sealskin.
So it is just like a real gig.
Ready?
Okay.
I went down to the water's edge, there put on my coat of sealskin, wrapped between the reeds and sedges, dipped my toe in icy ocean. I went down to the water's edge, there put on my coat of sealskin, wrapped between the reeds and sedges, slipped into the briny ocean. I
Thank you. We know you're clapping at home.
Yes, of course you're clapping. Rapturous applause.
Okay, so the second song we're going to do for you is another one of our own devising. It's called Mountain...
And if you were here, we'd teach it to you and get you to join in with us. But we're not going to be able to do that. It's called Mountain, Rock and Stone. But of course you can listen to it over and over and learn it. So if we tell you what your bit is just to sing the first part over and over all the way through, and we'll add in the other bits. It's
that makes sense.
It's part of a set of songs that we're working on for a kind of collection of animistic or nature kind of hymns that fulfill the function of a song that's a religious song, but without any need for religious belief at all, other than an acceptance that there is a real universe that is really there.
Just checking it was still recording. So with our single microphone, the only way for me to balance the sound is to be further away from the mic than Kate is.
Just go over there in the corner.
So if you can't see me, that's why. You'll still hopefully be able to hear me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Of mountain, rock and stone, of mountain, rock and stone, of mountain, rock and stone, the earth is made. Of river, rain and tide, of river, rain and tide, of river, rain and tide, the earth is made. Of forest, leaf and root, of forest, leaf and root, of forest, leaf and root, the earth is made. Of being blood and bone, of being blood and bone, of being blood and bone, the earth is made.
Of mountain, rock and stone, of mountain, rock and stone, of mountain, you enjoyed singing along to that?
Thank you, yes.
Oh, we're already 11 minutes in. That's perfect.
Excellent. Well, now I'm going to move over to what is not actually a table. It's actually a harmonium. And Corwin's going to move some cameras around so that you don't just see a wall
and the microphone.
of wood with me behind it.
We're hoisting the microphone.
Are you ready? I'm hoisting the harmonium.
Yes. All will be revealed.
Oh.
Not just an ugly wooden box. It also sounds awful as well. How we laughed. So here's another glimpse of our living room. I'll move this around. Maybe we'll edit this out if we can actually work out how to do it, but maybe we won't. Here we are. So you see, look, it's got piano keys. Over there in the corner is my Warhammer collection.
Singing in the city. Oh, no, it's not that one, is it?
Okay, so this song's also from Fish or Fowl.
This song fell out of a book in my classroom in Dorset that I found. It was a collection of Dorset folk songs. Somebody went around Dorset on a bicycle and asked people to sing songs to him. And, oh, you're over there, hello. And this was one of them. It only had one verse, but I found some other verses that might match with it. So it's officially called I'll Mount the Air on Swallow's Wings, but that's an awful lot of text, so we just called it Swallow's Wings. Ready?
I don't do anything till verse
I know,
5.
but are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to stand still for 2 verses and not make
Yes.
make any silly wisecracks?
After you, well, I don't know about that.
I'll mount the air on swallow's wings to find my dearest dear. And if I lose my labour and cannot find him there, I quickly will become a fish to search the roaring sea. I love my love because I know my lover, he loves me. I would I were a reaper, I'd seek him in the corn. I would I were a keeper, I'd hunt him with my horn. I'd blow a blast when found at last beneath the greenwood tree. I love my love because I know my lover, he loves me. In the middle of the ocean shall grow a myrtle tree. Its green leaves shall wither, its branches shall die. Its green leaves shall wither, I'd say that's my lockdown exercise for the day. Who needs a gym, when you've got a pedal harmonium to get your legs going?
Yes, the clunking funny noises is
Yes.
the sound of Kate pedalling.
Yeah. What I really want
It's probably
on
not much
this-
fun in talking while I'm physically handling the microphone because it's going to be all deafening clunks and
Well, we can use the
knocks.
feed from the camera. Anyway, what I would really like is a little thing on here that tells me how many calories I'm using and how many miles I've pedalled, and then I would know if I've done my adequate exercise for the day in these harsh lockdown times when I'm only allowed to walk for so many minutes a day outside my house. Anyway, back to the middle. We've got a set list. Look, it's just like a real gig.
It's about well organised as
It
well.
is, and
What
we're
does
trying
it
to
say,
bring
the
you
set
just
list?
a real flavour of the Kate and Corwen thing here. It says horn song, which
Oh.
means I need my drum. But it's probably really tight now because we put the heating on because it was getting chilly.
And I need my Anglo-Saxon lyre.
Just slip that in there. My Anglo-Saxon lyre, like this. Like.
What I did make myself. Yeah.
And my drum,
probably
what
why-
I did make
Probably why it
myself.
doesn't sound very good. So, would you like to introduce this
The
song?
horn
I'm
song,
tuning?
well, it's Corwin's song really. He made it up, and it's about Sweeney Gelt and various other things. Sweeney Gelt went mad and took to the treetops and hopped about like a bird. There was something about a priest and a bell, and everybody
Yeah.
fell out, and
Spears
a
were
pair,
involved.
Spears, yeah.
Well, anyway, the song's kind of about the atavistic desire to return to nature. We recommend you dance around the room to it whilst wearing antlers.
Yes, if you
and
haven't got antlers, you can make them out of papier-mâché or bits of willow from
Pencil,
basket.
fingers.
Pencils, yeah, anything.
Yeah.
The tradition is that you dance up and down in front of us and try to make us laugh while we try to sing this desperately serious and quite rousing song. And anyway, so yes, that's what we expect.
Maybe
Yeah.
some of you will grow real antlers by the end of the
Yes.
song if you really get into the spirit of it.
Yeah. We did used to have a pair of antlers up there. Attached to a skull there. We called it Boris. It's really unfortunate. All our antler
Yeah,
things are all
we-
called Boris. Anyway, we've got a clock there now.
We had to change the name when the other Boris
Yeah.
arrived. Anyway, here we go. See you on the other side. I wax rod and I wax glad, like Sweeney Gelt I do run mad, like Merlin riding on his stag. Let the horns grow tall. The stammered speech of humankind is harsh and petty to my mind. To sing like lark I am inclined. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run reddest to red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. The weight of memory bears me down. I'd swap it for a woodland crown and live in an eternal now. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run reddest to red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. Let them grow as the drum does sound. Let them grow as the horn resounds. Let them grow as the hooves do pound. Let the horns grow tall. Let them grow as the drum does sound. Let them grow as the horn resounds. Let them grow as the hooves do pound. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run reddest to red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run reddest to red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. I would run and I would fly with birds and beasts of land and sky. When this body I let fall, let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run red as the red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Let my blood run red as the red. Let the horns grow on my head. Let the horns grow tall. Let the horns grow on my head. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's not next on the list?
It says Mrs. H, so there is a story behind this. We are not afraid of a very long ballad, and in fact, on the album that Corwen told you about, we had to make it a double album, and one half of it has stuff you'll be hearing today.
We didn't have to make it a double album, but one
No,
of
we
the
did
songs
have to.
was so long, the only way was to add another CD into the package.
93
and put it on
verses
that.
of ballad, and it is in fact a song that is potentially the original source for the Selkie of Salisbury. So if you know that song, there is a bigger story that might or might not be real or authentic or whatever. It was certainly made up by somebody, but it might
Everything was made up by somebody.
exactly. It might have been made up longer ago or not so far ago. But anyway,
Certainly by about 1870 anyway. And most of it collected from a woman who lived in Orkney called Mrs. Hiddleston. She either wrote it or was the main, the person who knew most of this song. So this song, you'll be happy to hear, this isn't the 25-minute 93-verse ballad. This is a song that Kate wrote about Mrs. Hiddleston.
and the ballad.
And the ballad.
It's a sort
and
of
how,
meta song.
Yeah, it's a song about a song. And how even though it's got 93 verses, the play of the Lady Odovere, as it's called, still doesn't answer some fundamental questions like what the heroine's name is, how she met her silky seal man lover, what happens to her after the song ends when she's rescued from an evil fate of being burnt at the stake. We don't know the answers to any of those things. But still, it's a beautiful song. And have you finished tuning
Yeah,
yet?
I've finished tuning. I was just talking at you while I tune because we are going to do this. The other thing about it's called A Song for Mrs. Hiddleston because Mrs. Hiddleston lived in Orkney, and I don't know. Have we told them that we live in Orkney? Anyway, if you don't know, we live in Orkney. We're not from Orkney originally.
You can probably tell by the accent.
But we live in Orkney, and one of the main reasons that we are here is that I got a job interview in Orkney. To come and do teaching. I didn't expect to get the job, but I did see an interview expenses paid thing on the thing, and I thought, well, I could just go and research Mrs. Hiddleston because we're putting a song for her on the album and the Selkie. And so we came up, and I went to the interview, and then we went to the archive and did a bit of research, and then blow me down, I got the job, and they only pay interview expenses if you actually say yes. So that's how we ended up here. Kind of thanks to Mrs. Hiddleston, really.
Should we see if we're in tune?
Yeah.
Well, maybe. You couldn't remember how it started then?
No, I couldn't. We can edit that bit out. They'll never know.
Can't be asked. Is the tuning never over?
We shouldn't have put the heating on. I told you we should do it in the cold.
You were complaining about being cold.
I know. I take it all back. Just try that.
rising on the wind. Catch the stories on the wind, from the foam upon the water. Catch the stories on the wind, from the foam upon the water. Catch them if you can, catch them if you can, catch them if you can, catch them if you can. Okay, what's next?
Something without too many fingers, I hope. Oh, yes, Seal Woman. Is it Seal Woman's Lament? I'm getting old, I can't read that. Oh, yeah, Seal, yeah.
You have to move the floor closer to your
Seal
face.
Woman's Lament. You can tell them this story.
Yeah, this is what instrument am I playing for this?
I have no idea.
Oh, one of these. I'm playing the squeezy thing.
The squeezy thing and the granny thing, and I
And the
have to
hitty
play the
thing.
tape recorder. Where's the tape recorder?
Oh, the tape recorder.
Nearly
Is it in
forgot
the
the tape
right
recorder.
place?
Oh, you better just check.
So it should introduce the other member of our band.
There's 3 of us. You
Um,
get 3 for the price of 2.
Are you there? Yes. So Annie Johnston of Barra is here with us today. Well, not really physically.
She's as here as we are for you.
Well, yes, that's true. She's also a recording. Crikey, this is getting philosophical. She's been dead a long time, but we've got a field recording of her singing this song. This song is based on a true story where a guy was out hunting seals for dinner. You know, you're not supposed to eat seals because some of us are descended. Some people are descended from seals. So obviously, it's bad to eat your relatives. But anyway, if you've got hungry children, needs must. So he's out there with his rifle, and there's this seal. And as he raises the gun, the seal looks him in the eye, and sings this song. And luckily, he was a musician, so he remembered all the words of the song. So we can sing it for you now. That's absolutely true.
Also, because this is the SPF, not just the PF, the SPF, I would just like to do a little disclaimer that this song has, we translated it into English for the purposes of, capturing a wider market, I don't know, so that I would
being able to sing it.
But I could not find a suitable way to render this particular line of the chorus. So we left it in the original Gaelic, and it means last night I was not alone, and I wanted to sing it as correctly as possible. And the only person at the time that I knew that spoke Gaelic is a Frenchman. Well, he's part Breton, part Gaelic and part Finnish, and he lives in Finland. So we had this slightly crazy phone call from me and a mobile phone in a field in Dorset, talking to a Finn who is French, a Frenchman who's in Finland, about how to sing the line of this song. So if I sing it with a strange French, Finnish or English accent, I do apologise.
Or Breton.
Or Breton accent. I did my best.
Vincent, we love you.
Yeah. Sad the land is sad the land. People prey upon Orkney, boiling on a cooking fire. Is the chief of all our men. Hoey, 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 hee. Hoey, 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 harami of a number. Hoey, 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 hee. Hoey, 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 harami of a number. I am child of Hugh McEwen, I know the skerries and the sea. Won't a hillock do me wrong, a lady from a far country? Hoey, 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 hee. Hoey, 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 harami of a number. Hoey, 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 hee. Hoey, 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 harami of a number. Holy, 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 Satellite to satellite, people pray upon our flag, while the God of the King's flag is the chief of all our men.
Holy, 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 Pagan. Holy, 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 Pagan.
I am the child of you, and I know the scary land to see. Words are here to do me wrong, lady from the far country.
Holy, 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 Pagan. Holy, 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 Pagan.
Come, babies, come to crush, come each bird to sweep the flesh, come the salmon or the sea, till the day will not rest.
Holy, 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 Pagan. Holy, 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 Pagan. Holy, 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 holy,
I am the daughter of Hay, the son of Eowyn. I'm well acquainted with the reefs. It would be a pity for anyone to hit me, for I'm a gentlewoman from a strange land, gentlewoman from a strange land, strange land, strange land, gentlewoman from a strange land. Ichi koksach minitan, vi shatunya peka, kudimla ktekan, vi shatunya mora, pokon misalora, vi shatunya pekpita.
Thank you. Thank you, Annie Johnson of Barrow. Back to the beginning for you.
What's next? I can't read
It's
that.
been crossed out and written over. What
It
did you-
says Trav Ferries.
Trav
Trav
Ferries.
Ferries.
It's the song of the
It's
travelling
the
fairies.
song of the
I
Chavvy
think.
Fairies.
Which means time to move the microphone.
Oh yes, it's another
things
harmonium
again.
one. Here we go. And Corwin gets a really easy job in this. He's just going to operate Mrs. Annie What's-Her-Face of Barrow Johnson.
Yeah, so don't leave the stage yet, Annie. I hope this is all coming out. I do apologise for any mixing issues if you can't hear one of us. I hope if you can't hear one of us, it's that you can't hear me. Sorry for the discontinuity. The camera stopped recording, but I think we're all okay now. This song is called Song of the Travelling Fairies.
It is. It's from the Isle of Man. It's got birds in it.
It's one of those threatening lullabies where you kind of basically tell your child that supernatural beings will come and take them away in the night if they don't go to sleep soon.
But don't worry, because if you go to sleep, they won't.
Not during this recording, though, obviously. Yeah, and we've got Mrs. Annie Johnson of Barrow again with us for this.
Yeah, she's doing bird impressions in this. Apparently, the original had a little dance that went with each bird with imitations, but I've forbidden Corwin from doing that on stage because we once performed it and everyone was dying laughing while I was singing the song, and every time I turned around he stopped, so I never knew until afterwards.
It was comedy gold.
It was comedy gold. I
Comedy
was
gold.
so embarrassed. Anyway, so that's why I'm against the wall and he's over there where I can keep an eye on and there'll be no bird impressions, but you can do them at home. Ready? One night on the rocks of the steep Spanish headland, the seagull will come there to build her own nest. Sleep now, my baby, the travelling fairies will come. Hush now, my Benny, the bird I will
The song of the grouse means lie down, sleep. You won't get any more till the morning.
Welcome to Corwen and therein all cozy. Will little Jenny Wren build her own nest? Sleep now, my baby, and don't you be fearing of them. Hush now, my Benny, the bird I will call. Sleep now, my baby, the travelling fairies will come. Hush now, my Benny, the bird I will
It was very nice.
Do you like the pumping sound?
Not especially.
Yeah. If anyone complains about that, I'll tell them they have to buy me an electric keyboard that simulates harmonium.
Perhaps we could hook the harmonium up to the vacuum cleaner and it would be less loud.
Maybe. And we get some housework done at the same time. Which, as you can see, is sorely needed. We've just got a couple more songs for you. I'm going to just get one more wacky instrument because we haven't played enough of them, have we? This is my horsehair cantelet, which I'm going to put here. And we're going to sing you a song which it's another ballad, nice long ballad. And it only ever really took on an existence because I made a solo album about 12 years ago. And at the end there was a bit of recording time left. And Rob said to me, Rob that was recording it, said, "Oh, is there anything else you want to put on?" And I said, "No, not really." And he said, "Well, anything you're working on?" I went, "Oh, there's this ballad I've just been, faffing about with." And he recorded it. And it went on to the CD because it came out surprisingly well. And of all the songs that have ever been downloaded, this one has been downloaded thousands more times than anything else, which sort of surprises me.
This
But
is
anyway.
a very ancient instrument. It's strung with horsehair, which makes it quite quiet, so that we do actually amplify it.
So we've bailed out the battery acid from the amplifier. It did involve kitchen towel and cotton buds. Anyway, we think it's now safe.
If it catches fire in the middle of this, it'll only make it more interesting.
So this is Cruel Sister. There lived a lord in the north country with a down, down, dairy down. And he had daughters 1, 2, 3 with a down, down, dairy, dairy down. A young man came a-courting there with a down, down, dairy down. And he won the heart of the youngest fair with a down, down, dairy, dairy down. As they walk down by the salty brim with a down, down, derry down, the eldest push the youngest in with a down, down, derry, derry down. Oh, sister, lend to me your hand with a down, down, derry down, and I will give you house and land with a down, down, derry, derry down. I'll neither lend you hand nor glove with a down, down, derry down, but I will have your own true love with a down, down, derry, derry down. So there she floated like a swan with a down, down, derry down, and the salt sea bore her body on with a down, down, derry, derry down. Her walked upon the strand with a down, down, derry down, and he saw her body float to land with a down, down, derry, derry down. He made a harp of purple stone with a down, down, derry down, and its song would melt a heart of stone with a down, down, derry, derry down. He took 3 locks of her yellow hair with a down, down, derry down, and with them strung his harp so rare with a down, down, derry, derry down. And then he came to her father's hall with a down, down, derry down, to play his harp before them all with a down, down, derry, derry down. But as he laid it on a stone with a down, down, derry down, the harp began to play alone with a down, down, derry, derry down. The first string sang a dismal sound with a down, down, derry down, of how the bride her sister drowned with a down, down, derry, derry down. And the second string, when he tried with a down, down, derry down, in terror sits the guilty bride with a down, down, derry, derry down. And the third string sang beneath his bow with a down, down, derry down, and surely now our tears will flow with a down, down, derry, derry down, with a down, down, derry, derry down, with a down, down, derry, derry down. Well, thank you. That's if you're still here. Okay. I put that in
I
there.
need to switch that off there.
And I do. There's a button. That's probably why it leaked, isn't it? So I didn't turn it off. There's a lot of sky here in Orkney, but we're not going out there tonight because it's wet and cold and horrible.
Yeah, like normal.
We've been sunbathing. In fact, the last few weeks have been absolutely amazing. We've been sunbathing. We actually don't look like the living dead. And we've got freckles and everything. But the day we were going to go and record this song for you outside.
Normal service was resumed.
So here we go. I'm just going to get a note.
Is that a C?
Da-da-ba-la-da-da. No, it's a B.
Oh.
I sing to the shining stars, I sing to the shining stars.
Hands held high, I sing the sky my star song, yo, yo, yo. I sing to the shining stars, I sing the shining stars. Hands held high, I sing the sky my star song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my star song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sky song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the silver moon. I sing to the silver moon. Hands held high, I sing the sky my moon song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the silver moon. I sing to the silver moon. Hands held high, I sing the sky my moon song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my moon song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my moon song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the rising sun. I sing to the rising sun. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sun song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the rising sun. I sing to the rising sun. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sky song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sky song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sun song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the passing cloud. I sing to the passing cloud. Hands held high, I sing the sky my cloud song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the passing cloud. I sing to the passing cloud. Hands held high, I sing the sky my cloud song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my cloud song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my cloud song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the falling rain. I sing to the falling rain. Hands held high, I sing the sky my rain song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the falling rain. I sing to the falling rain. Hands held high, I sing the sky my rain song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my rain song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my rain song. Yo, yo, yo. I sing to the endless blue. I sing to the endless blue. Hands held high,
I sing the sky
my sky song. Yo, yo, yo.
I
Sing to the endless blue. I sing to the endless blue. Hands held high, I sing the sky
my sky song. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sky song. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. Hands held high, I sing the sky my sky song. Yo, yo, yo. My sky song. Yo, yo, yo. My sky song. Yo, yo, yo. My sky song. Yo, yo, yo.
Thank you very much. I'm
you.
sure you've been lovely. We've got no idea, but hopefully this time next year we might see you in person. Anyway, I'm Kate, he's Corwen. Hope you enjoyed our little concert there. Thank you.
Bye bye.